Hello everyone, welcome to Rollercoaster of Running, and I am in a very scenic part of my usual route, my training route, out near Exhibition Park, or on Exhibition Park Lake I guess, and it's a beautiful day. The sun is finally starting to come through a bit more consistently in the UK, and I wanted to do a video about what currently going to be planning on doing for probably the rest of the year in terms of my running. So I hope you're going to stick around for this one. I know there's a few people who have subscribed to the channel recently, and I thought it'd be good to kind of give you a little bit of a peek behind the camera, I guess, as to who I am and my sort of aims and things. So thank you for subscribing if you are watching this. If you haven't subscribed, make sure you hit that button, because what I'm going to kind of go through now is hopefully a journey, and I want you to come on it with me as well. So I guess I've wanted to do this video for a little while, but after the London Marathon and seeing the exploits of finally that 2-hour marathon time being broken is absolutely incredible and inspiring, which is what it should be, which is what running always should be. And I wanted to kind of put my aspirations down and probably create a little bit of accountability as well. So one of my major aims for a long time, probably as long as I've been running, is to do the Great North Run, which I've managed to do. I think it's been my 13th year doing it, but I've never been able to beat 2 hours. I've been able to beat 2 hours in other half marathons, but unfortunately it's eluded me on the Great North Run. It's a very busy, crowded run, quite tricky in places, and it's just something that I've never been able to do. And the reason I want to do that is because my dad's fastest time is 2 hours. So every year when I finish the Great North Run and haven't been able to beat 2 hours, my dad's always kind of teased me a little bit about it, that I haven't been able to beat his time. And I am at a stage of my running where it's been a few years doing this now. I've obviously had the channel for a little while, building up a good sort of steady library of events that I've done previously and content and things like that. But that 2 hours is still what kind of fuels me in terms of what I want to beat. So that's one big thing I want to be able to do this year. And the other that I'm really kind of aiming for, I have sort of what I would call A and B goals, and my two A goals is to beat 2 hours in the Great North Run, and the other one is to beat, not just beat, but smash 5 hours in a marathon, so a sub 5. I would prefer to get close to 4.5, but I need to be realistic in terms of where I can do that. So the other question then, I guess, is how do I do that? And I think there's sort of three things I need to do to be able to get there, and this is where you guys come along the journey and having that accountability of putting out regular training videos, because I have been asked about that, and someone pointed out that sub 2 hour goal is one that many people have when they set out running for a half marathon anyway. I think if I boil this down to three different things that I'm going to have to change to be able to reach that goal, because I have been able to, as I said, run 2 hours previously. And let's go with step number one, is changing my training. This is something that I've started to do already. Previously, I'll probably fall into a bit of a pitfall of what a lot of runners do when they are starting out or just kind of getting going and kind of dipping their toe into running, which is I go out on a run, I do the same run every time, and that's it. I do the routes, I change the length, never really changing the intensity, the speed, what that's kind of doing. And doing research now that I'm getting more into the weeds of running is having to change that structure of my training. So what I've started introducing is making sure I do speed sessions and speed work, and basically trying to push that threshold and learning all about running in zone 2 versus running in zone 4 and 5, which you might hear. So as I'm kind of doing that training, I'll explain a little bit more about the sort of the theory behind it, etc. So basically, very, very long story short, is I'm going to be running longer distances in a lower heart rate, and then doing sort of shorter distances and speed work, eventually ramping that up. So the idea is that eventually those two meet in the middle is a sort of very shortened version of that. So a big thing is going to be changing the way I train, and also making sure I do strength and conditioning training, because what I'm doing and experiencing at the moment is I'm getting to, I would say, sort of mile 7, 8 of any run, and I'm getting a little bit of discomfort in my hip and my glute on my right hand side, and I think it needs a lot of strengthening because it basically makes my running become a lot more loose, and that's not going to do me any kind of favours when I'm trying to kick on and push for better times, and just generally trying to get faster. So that's step 1, is introducing all those things into my training. Step 2, or the second thing I'm going to change, is I need to lose weight. The more weight you carry when you're running, the slower you're going to go. It stands to reason. There are stats in terms of how much weight you lose could it make you X amount seconds faster per mile. I think a lot of that depends on the training alongside it as well. But I need to lose weight if I want to get to where I want to be. So by the end of the year, I'm hoping to have lost around 4 stone, maybe a little bit more, because I feel like that would get me to a healthy weight. It's sustainable. I want to do it in a way where it's not doing any fad diets, etc. It is literally just hard work, cutting down on what I'm eating, the calorie side of things, making sure I'm eating the right things, making sure I'm fueling my body the way that it would be, or it should be, I should say anyway. So yeah, step 2 is losing the weight, which is going to be difficult, but let's face it, if you want something, it doesn't come easy. You've got to work at it. And number 3, I need to change my mindset, which I know some people might sound is a little bit twee, but if I can change my mindset to the belief that I can do this, and forcing myself out on doing those speed sessions when I don't want to do them, or making sure that I balance my running alongside my work life, my family life, that's basically resetting my mentality of this is something I really want to do. So they're 3 pretty big things in the grand scheme of things that I need to change, and I want you guys to hold me accountable for that. I'm going to be putting out videos for my training as well as the events, as well as some of the reviews that I've got coming up of different running shoes, finding the right clothes, finding the right shoes. It's all a journey, and I want you guys to come along with me on that journey as well. So this is why I'm trying to build a community, because I'm never going to be the fastest, but what I will be is completely honest and open about what my goals are. And if you find that you resonate with that, like, that's amazing. And if you find that actually I want to go on this journey with him and do similar things, even better, because it will make me feel like I'm making a difference as well, which will then sort of spur me on to carry on. So I wanted to get this out as soon as possible. I'm recording this on a Wednesday because in a few days time, on Sunday, I believe it's the 2nd or 3rd of May, I have the Gateshead half marathon, and I think it's a really good starting point to see where I'm at in terms of pacing. You might have watched the Middlesbrough half marathon I did, where I managed to get, I think it was like a 2:08 and nearly into a 2:09, so it doesn't sound like a great deal to try and shave off like 8 minutes. I don't think I was pushing extremely hard. I will have a lot more sort of training behind me, but it's a really good point to start this journey to see where I'm at. And then at the back end of May, I'll be running with Jamie, who I know people will always ask when he's not in a video where he is. He's currently sunning himself over in Disney World on a holiday, family holiday. He'll be back on the channel very soon. He's really getting into his run as well. Now he's back from his injury, but he's going to be joining me on doing the Hartlepool half marathon, which is the first one, and that's right at the end of May, 31st of May. So I've got a lot of runs coming up during the sort of summer season. They'll vary in length. They'll probably be more towards 10Ks and trying to get the pace up that way. Park run series isn't going anywhere. There'll be park run stuff coming up as well. So lots of content to come up, and you're going to be coming on this journey with me. So I'm really excited to get going, and I really want you to come along on it. So if you do want to join me, make sure you hit that subscribe button, make sure you hit that notification bell. You'll see when these videos drop. But we've got a plan, now it's just about doing it. So we have a plan, we're going to stick to it, we are going to stick to it, and we're going to get going. It will all kind of kick off, as I say. We'll have the event video go out for the Gateshead half marathon. I have been doing well in my training. I've got a couple of little aches and pains, as every runner probably does. So I've got a little bit of pain in the pad of my foot, left foot, a little bit of pain in my knee. I'm sure that hip and glute will come into effect, and you'll hear me moaning about it on Sunday as well. I'm doing it, but I think it's a really good starting point. And then we've got another half marathon to see how we're getting on 4 weeks later. So yeah, really excited to kind of get going. I'm really excited for you guys if you want to join me on this, and I really hope you do. A lot of the videos I do in terms of the events is trying to make sure that you guys can see what it's like on the day. I know some people will do a lot of recording when it's kind of running content of themselves. I want to get that mix so you guys really can kind of watch the videos and know what to expect, while also hearing my sort of thoughts as we're going as well. And let's face it, running's becoming more popular, and I would love for people to get involved. I think it's a wonderful sport that can help a lot of people, whether it be mentally or physically, and if you can do it, then great. And if you see me out and about, if you are in the northeast or one of the events I'm at, whether it be Disney, whether it be in the northeast or anywhere that I end up popping up, please come say hello. Don't be shy. I love to speak to people in terms of how their running journey is going. If you've watched one of my videos, I just would love to say thank you in person as well. So yeah, all that sort of stuff. Make sure you come say hello and introduce yourself. And yeah, I'm pretty approachable. I might not look it if I'm just on my own, but I assure you I am pretty friendly when you get to know me. So I appreciate you watching this video. I appreciate you if you have hit that subscribe button and just watching this channel. And yeah, let's get going. Let's get some footage put over the top of this, and I'm really excited to get going officially on Sunday. And welcome to Roller Coaster of Running one more time. It's good to have you here, and we will see you real soon.